Hello everyone, I'm Rohit. I am going to present the PPT of this project, Credit Card Fraud Detection Web Application Deployment. The domains are data mining and machine learning. The main aim of this project is to detect the fraud transactions with the help of using credit card details. The motivation of this project is it is important that the credit card companies are able to recognize fraudulent credit card transactions so that the customers are not charged for items that they did not purchase. What, what is credit card fraud? Fraudulent card transactions is an unauthorized transaction that is carried out with your credit card. The thief either physically steals your credit card or steals with your card information via phishing or credit card skimming and uses it to make payments or withdraw cash. What is phishing? A person might steal your credit card information by looking for bank statements or information in your trash or mailbox, hacking into computers of companies and stealing credit card information such as your internet service company. Installing small devices or payment terminals that record your credit card information. Sending you a fraudulent email asking for your credit card information, also called phishing. What is skimming? The act of using a skimmer to illegally collect data from the magnetic strip of credit, debit, or ATM cards. This information is copied onto another bank card's magnetic strip and is then used to make purchases or withdraw cash. What I will do, I will find the fraud transaction with the help of different ML algorithms such as anomaly detection, isolation forest, one class SVM, and PyCaret, that is auto ML library. Thus, coming to the introduction, the dataset can be downloaded from kaggle.com. The dataset contains transactions made by credit card in September 2013 by European cardholders. This dataset presents transactions that occurs in 2 days, where we have 492 frauds out of 2,84,807 transactions. The dataset is highly unbalanced. The positive class that are frauds account for 0.172% of all transactions. This dataset contains only numerical input variables which are the result of a payment card assurance transformation. Unfortunately, due to confidential issues, they cannot provide the original features and more background information about the data. Features that is V1, V2, so on up to V28 are the principal components obtained with payment card assurance, that is transactions. The only features which they have not been transformed with PCA, means payment card assurance, are time and amount. Future time contains the seconds elapsed between each transactions and the first transaction in the dataset. That future amount is a transaction amount is future that can be used to example, that is cost sensitive learning. Future class is a responsible variable and it takes value in one case and 0 otherwise. The timeline of the project is we import the libraries, then we can download the dataset and import it. The next stage is data analysis, and the next stage is we can split the data into training and testing, and the next stage we can create ML algorithms for the model building, and next stage we can upload the objects, Python objects, into pickle module, that is .pickle file, and the next stage we can create the web application model. At the next stage we can get the answer, that is the predicted transaction, which is fraud or not fraud. Last we can conclude this. And what are the technologies which can be used? First one is the Windows OS, next is the Collab, Visual Studio, and Kaggle. And these are the libraries which were imported: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, SkyPy, and reporting the accuracy score. And this is isolation forest, one cas SVM. And we can create a confusion matrix also. The next is the anomaly detection. It is the unsupervised learning algorithm. It is a step of data mining that identifies data points, events, and observations that derives from a dataset's normal behavior. These popular algorithms are isolation forest, one class SVM, and local outlier factors. So in green color, as you can see in the graph, the green color shows the normal data points which were not fraudulent or not a fraud transactions, which can be here in this. But in the outside, there's a red color points are there, data points, which shows anomalies, which can be have a fraud transactions can be here by using anomaly detection. Next is the isolation forest. The isolation forest is a technique for identifying outliers in the data that was first introduced by Fei Tony Liu and Ji Hua Zhou in 2008. The approach employs binary trees to detect anomalies, resulting in a linear time complexity and low memory usage that is well suited for processing large datasets. Since its introduced isolation forest has gained popularity as fast as the reliable algorithms for detection and the various phases like cybersecurity. Next is the one class SVM. In one class SVM is a variation of the SVM that cannot be used in an unsupervised setting for anomaly detection. Let's say we are analyzing credit card transactions to identify fraud. We are likely to have many normal transactions and very few fraudulent transactions. And this is the PyCaret. It is the AutoML library. It is an open source low machine learning library in Python that allows you to go from preparing your data to deploy your model within minutes in your choice of notebook environment. And this advantage of this AutoML library is increasing productivity, easy to use, and business ready. Next is the confusion matrix. In the field of machine learning and specifying the problem of statistical classification, a confusion matrix, also known as error matrix, is a specific table layout that allows visualization of the performance of an algorithm. Typically, a supervised learning one. In unsupervised learning, we can calling as matching matrix. Coming to the Python PTL model. The file extension .pkl is used for storing serialized object in Python, storing the Python objects into the binary form. The WB mode is used to write binary data and RB mode is used to read the binary format. And next is the flow chart and how the fraud detection system works. This is the incoming transactions in the customer side goes to the one class SVM, and the another side is the customer's transaction database goes to the future extraction. Both of them will calculate it into algorithm output. If it is 1, if a number shows 1, it will get the fraudulent transaction, that this transaction is fraud. Then it goes to the alarm to bank. If the algorithm's output is 0, then it shows the legitimate transaction, but there is a no fraud transaction occurs. Then it allows the transaction. Next is the fraud detection web app. This is the last stage of credit card fraud detection data mining project by using Flask to make a HTML file and exposing a web app for credit card fraud detection. This will take an input value for each future and analyzing credit card transactions to identify fraud or not. So this is the web app deployment, and these are the we can select the total 2,80,000 features that we can select any one, and we can put it onto the 30 futures, and then we can enter the 30 future values in the below cell. When we click predict, then according to our model, the provide transaction is not a fraud transaction, and it goes shows in a green color. When we select the another feature, then we can predict that, as we can see, the red color shows according to our model the transaction is fraud. Thank you. Thanks for watching.